So I've always loved food. It's a sort of stepping off point. I did a little bit of chefing, a really little bit, sort of trying out, staging at some Michelin restaurants. Decided it was a little bit too hard work. Then I did science at university, some sort of scientific background. Then went into strategy consulting. If you come across Bain & Company or McKinsey, something a bit like that, so primarily advising investors on whether they should buy other companies, so advising lower mid-market private equity firms. Always knew I wanted to do my own thing at some stage, and then after a while said, okay, restaurants is what it is. 85% to 90% of what we sell is one steak, one cut, one size. You can choose how it's cooked, but that's it, and it costs £10. And we sell across the two restaurants about 5,000 a week. So that gives us the scale specific to that cut, both in terms of purchasing, so we can buy it at the right price, but more than that, in terms of the focus it allows us. We're not trying to get 100 things right, we've only got one thing. Say the other thing that allows us to do it is the cooking method we use. So we sous vide cook our steaks, for people are familiar with that. But you essentially, instead of searing the steak and then resting it so it all comes to a nice temperature, you in essence rest it first and then sear it. And you rest it in a very specifically controlled water bath. You seal the steak in plastic, put it in the water bath, and it cooks to the right cuisson all the way through, and then you sear it. Particularly for thin steaks, is a real advantage in terms of delivering a consistent product. I guess the sort of the third thing is the cut we use, which is a secondary steak cut. So it's not one of the sort of the four prime glamour cuts of fillet, sirloin, ribeye, rump. It's a secondary cut, and traditionally would probably be put into pies, but with careful butchery. You can take a secondary cut from the best quality meat and put it out at a price that's better than a top-notch cut from pretty mediocre meat. I think social media has been extremely important for us. I don't think that it is something that changes what you have to do as a fundamental product, but it allows word of mouth to happen a lot quicker. So if you've got something that people really like, people can hear about it very quickly. I started to get a following amongst the opinion formers of the food community in London, and they were already starting to get a crowd sort of to come. So by 2 weeks into our pop-up, through the right people saying, oh, this is something cool, we had a 2-hour queue every night.